sumuwe amaya soto koluto. I describe myself as a sonic archaeologist. It's feels like a grand statement, but it came because I felt that there is the heard and the unheard. And through the work which I've done for many, many years, I feel like I'm constantly bringing things into the present moment. I'm excavating what is consciously in the room. And I think the excavation is about memory. It's about memory. It's about what's in space. It's about what's said but actually means something else. And so that sense of sonics, that sense of voicing into the world is not just a kind of linear experience. It's something which is generational, it's ancestral, it is environmental, and it conjures in people something that makes new stories be told, and for people to remember old stories that have great wisdom to them. So my training in voice movement therapy gave me the deepest insights to what the voice is truly capable of doing. It gave me a real plateau of colour that I hadn't experienced in my life and in my training and in the voices that I felt were around me at the time. That, I would say, really influenced the way that I saw voice, was the reminder of the full spectrum of what a voice has to offer. The reminder that the voice remembers through the unfamiliar ways that you can bring it to life. Not the way that we're taught in a certain framework, but the exploration. The key insight that I think I also got was this whole aspect of taking the voice on a journey. Being able to allow yourself to be open and to lean in to the journey of the voice. As opposed to the destination. And I really enjoyed that part then, which then reinforced the way that I started to do music. For me, the heart of voice movement immersion is helping quiet leaders. Voice movement immersion helps people find the clarity of their voice in the world, and also their story. The whole aspect of what is your story, what is your root, and how does that then enforce the way that you see the world, and how that can change in terms of how you then move. Where I see voice movement immersion going is that it becomes a hub for lifelines that has all of the elements that are like a complete tool set for future-proof of a life and a society which is completely about to change. And I say that with great optimism. But there is a reality that we are about to go into. With the rise of AI and technology, we will have to re-look at how people connect, how people feel, have a sense of belonging, and especially in a time where maybe jobs are going to disappear and are going to reform in a different way. So I wanted to create something that starts to become more future-proof. I feel that voice and movement have a very, very powerful contribution to social change and social engagement. Because if we just look at how the voice and movement were used to hold a community together, it was an expression of nature, it was an expression of pain and happiness, it was an expression of the drums and the vigorousness of it, it was an expression of a call and response that kept the ritual, the experience alive. It was divination, it was cultivation, it was culture. And so it's encouraging me, knowing that I'm moving in that direction, to reinforce the whole aspect of how important it is for us to express, to use our voice, to understand that our voice can change the environment because of the truth that then we are able to express. We can heal the wounds of things that in our past had maybe held us back, and that actually that gives us revitalization of our whole system. And that combination of voice cannot happen without movement, movement cannot happen without a form of vocalization within the body, is for me is implicit for a more healthier community, a more healthier community that feels well, that feels responsive, that is able to say what needs to be said and is able to support and understand other people. And it's in the hands of the human beings, the communities, to allow that to breathe and allow it to voice, allow it to be embodied, allow it to become soul, allow it to be disruptive, allow it to be primal, and allow it to be playful.
Ela solo la veia, ela tudo la veia, ela solo